It's time for our daily dose of Cope, and we have brand new correspondent filling in Felicity T. Gray on the Leopards News Network. She is a fill-in anchor for the Leopards that have called off. Tons of story to get to. Let's get into it. Disregard little Marco here. It has nothing to do with the article. This article says Republican calls ICE on GOP rivals farm. They out here fighting amongst themselves. The Leopards are eating themselves. In January, Ryan Spoon, vice chair of the Republican Party in Ada County, publicly called for immigration raids on State Representative Stephanie Mickelson's farm, accusing her of employing undocumented workers. Days later, ICE agents arrived at Mickelson's farms, escalating political tensions and raising concerns about the impact of immigration enforcement on Idaho's agricultural industry. Those who speak up with concerns that challenge certain views are quickly labeled as non-conservative and targeted for harassment, Mickelson wrote an op-ed published in the Idaho Statesman. Why it matters: Trump promised to carry out the largest deportation operation in United States history. He has repeatedly vowed to remove millions of undocumented immigrants. The White House has said anyone in the country illegally is considered a criminal and therefore subjected to removal. What to know? Could you please send some illegal immigration raids to the businesses owned by Idaho State Representative Stephanie Mickelson? Spoon said in a post on X, formerly Twitter, on January 21st. She has been bragging about how many illegals her businesses employ. As Spoon's social media post about contacting ICE gained over 2,000 shares, he said that sharing alone wasn't enough. He took further action by officially reporting Mickelson's farming businesses to the ICE tip line and website. 3 days later, Mickelson reported that ICE agents arrived at Mickelson Farms, a vast operation in southeastern Idaho, growing various commercial and seed potatoes. They just showed up out the blue Friday morning. By January 27th, just 1 week into Trump's second term, an employee of Mickelson Farms had been arrested by ICE. This is the part that gets me. They hire these people. All right, it says Idaho's economy, especially its agriculture, depends heavily on immigrant labor. A recent University of Idaho report estimates that 35,000 undocumented immigrants contribute significantly to sectors like agriculture, hospitality, and construction, with their economic impact reaching tens of millions of dollars. The Idaho Dairymen's Association estimates that around 90% of the workers in the state's dairy industry are foreign-born. So they voted against their own interests, literally, except if their interests were white supremacy. This story is so messy. We have this MAGA social media influencer, Ashley St. Clair, and we have Leon Scum, that a perpetual baby daddy, a man that is in all of our business here. He's not officially an employee, but he's out here wreaking havoc on America. But right now we're talking about his baby mama drama. So Elon Musk supposedly donated sperm or had a baby with Ashley St. Clair, and he made this tweet saying, "I don't know if the child is mine or not, but I'm not against finding out. No court order is needed. Despite not knowing for sure, I have given Ashley $2.5 million, and I'm sending her $500K per year." Then she responds, "Leon, we asked you to confirm paternity through a test before our child, who you named, was even born. You refused, and you weren't sending me money. You were sending support for your child that you thought was necessary until you withdrew most of it to maintain control and punish me for disobedience. But you're really only punishing your son. It's ironic that your last effort in court was to try to gag me while you used a social media channel you literally own to distribute derogatory messages about me and our child to the entire world. It's all about control with you, and everyone can see it. America needs you to grow up, you petulant man-child." But she knew who he was. She knew he was out here dropping baby batter in whoever would incubate a baby for him. She knew this, to the point that there has to be a chart to keep track of all of his ex-wives and baby mamas. So his first wife had his first 6 kids. his first child was a single. Then he has two children that were twins. One, Vivian Jenna, is his trans daughter now. Then he has three triplets. Do you even hear the names of these people? Kai, Saxon, and Damien. Do you hear him talk about these kids? So that is kids 1 through 6. And then 7. Okay, so 7 is little X over here with Grimes. So that's 7 over there. And then we got 8 and 9 over here. We got Strider and Azure. So that's 8 and 9. And then we got 10 and 11 over here. Exadark, Citadel, and Techno Mechanicus, 10 and 11. And then we go back over here. We got number 12 is Arcadia. Number 13 is over here with Ashley Sinclair. So she is having baby number 13. So she knew about all of these kids. And number 14, who just got popped out, is Selden Lycurgus. These names are quite interesting. They are definitely quite interesting. So this is some ratchetness. Just some mess. Leon Scum is always in the news. He's in the news for the most ratchet reasons. And she was in the news yesterday because she was selling her Tesla because she said she needed it for child support because Leon Scum is still sitting out here cutting her child support. So we got the real the real baby mamas of the White House. Just a whole cluster F of major proportions. All right, so the woman that posted that says, Ashley Sinclair, a MAGA influencer, has supported and championed Scum's vision for the country and world, including his belief that having children to populate the earth is a crucial responsibility. She supported him with such devotion that she allegedly mothered one of his many children. Now she's surprised at the billionaire who spends his days robbing people of their money and discarding all of his child bearers or incubators. Says she was forced to sell her Tesla after Scum cut her child support by 60%. Simon says couldn't have happened to a smellier bag of poop. Enjoy. And then Hypermodern Void says, I can near guarantee sleeping with Leon is the most awkward and opposite of sexy experience ever. And very honestly, obviously is only done for the financial benefits, giving both his general demeanor and that pic of him caught shirtless on a yacht of his, where he looked like an amorphous chunk of Snow White dough with T-Rex arms. That is definitely a vision. T-Rex arms. Now let's talk about Patrick Powell. Patrick was super duper happy that Trump got elected. He commented on a post with this picture saying, this smile hasn't left since November election night, because this person made a post, Democrats and never Trumpers, Monday at noon Eastern, Trump is your president. F all you trolls who says he can't win the primary, he can't beat Biden in the general, he won't win, he's a schnazi. So Patrick is really happy. Jason Osborne says an executive order for all federal employees to return to in-person work. Half the government is about to quit. And to that, Patrick was really happy, saying, wow, really? Tax dollars saved, baby. So he is happy that Americans are quitting. Yay, that's money. Now let's get to April 1st. He is tweeting Donald Trump and Elon Scum. Why the heck are a husband and wife who retired from fire and EMS careers, $34,000 combined retired income, husband drawing Social Security, still have a $7,000 to $10,000 tax bill every freaking year? Trump, I voted for you in the first term and did not see your tax cuts, and I have to pay every year. I even doubt you give a crap that a firefighter, paramedic, and an EMT spouse were not privy to your famous tax cuts. I have the records to prove your lie. The thing is, like you said, he didn't get the benefits of the tax cuts the first time, but he thought that he was going to get it the second time. So I am struggling to understand why they don't get the message that they are not high enough in the income bracket for him to care. Now we have Brian. Brian is ecstatic that Kamala Harris lost. On January 25th, he says 2025 has been a breath of fresh air. Now he's getting a little anxious. He says, Donald Trump, I'm concerned that your proposed tariffs will fuel more inflation and therefore keep interest rates high. Some, if not most of the tariff will be passed on to the consumer. You can't do that and whine about interest rates in the same breath. So he's getting a little anxious. Now it's Mr. Trump, please remove Social Security from the category of entitlement. This is money we paid in over a lifetime of work and now receiving back. That is different from welfare. He's still a little irritated. How do you allow attack plans to be shared on Signal? You're going to have to answer that question sooner or later. And then finally, yesterday, still extra respectful, he says, "Sir, I voted for you and I support you. However, this inflationary tariff blitz is worrisome and you're not explaining to working Americans your end game. All we see are prices rising. That's the opposite of what you promised us." These people simply still believe in him. They still believe in him. They are going to have to feel pain for 2 to 3 years before they believe that he is going to harm them. He literally is talking about tariffs, and tariffs from the very beginning, we've been hollering, are going to harm folks. They wanted to believe him that he was going to fix the economy and cut taxes, but we have been hollering he's cutting taxes for the ultra wealthy. He's not cutting taxes for small people with small incomes, not cutting taxes for the poor people that vote MAGA. I don't know why these people think like this, but they do, so they're getting screwed. Anyways, let me know what you think about all this. Like I said, this is our daily dose of cope. Join the conversation, like, comment, and share. And I'm pushing towards 75,000 subscribers on YouTube, so go ahead and give me a follow.